Hello everyone, welcome to the new episode of Youth DemocraID Talks. We are Youth for Equality from Trnava, Slovakia, and today we are with our guest Harutyun Tsatryan, and we are going to talk about how to engage young people in civic and democratic life through activities or projects. I would like to ask you, Harry, if you could briefly introduce yourself.
Thank you, Diana, for having me here. So I am in the field of youth already 7-8 years. I am working with young people. First started working with young people at university, lecturing them, and later on more through non-formal activities, engaging them through our NGO, which aims to empower young people in Armenia, and not only in Armenia, but Eastern Partnership and broader Europe.
Thank you. Can you please explain or can you please describe what motivates you the most to work with young people?
First of all, exchange of knowledge, because I do feel and I think that young people have so much knowledge to share, and also they are very fragile to learn things and sometimes bad things. So if at the moment of being an educator, youth worker with them and shape, their knowledge in a way that they are becoming more responsible citizen, more active citizen, engaged citizen, that is what motivates me a lot.
And can you maybe say, on the other hand, what are the challenges that young people face in this civic and democratic life?
Especially new generation, so-called Generation Z, they are the ones who can get demotivated very quickly. So the first failure, unfortunately, makes them to feel, okay, this is not what I am going to try second time. That's the reason, to be honest, a couple of years ago, we started some podcasting, articles, and promoting of failed stories. Like, like in a startup, there is this fuck up nights when startuppers are coming together and speaking with each other about their failure. Because based on the failure, they can gain something which can work for the second trial. So this is the first thing that demotivates young people. Second thing is like they unfortunately can't find, even we have so many organizations, we have so many activities, the ones which fit them the best. So this searching process takes a lot, and at some point they are, okay, what I want from the life, this is a question coming to young people. And if on the way of reaching someday they can't with the right people, the right organizations, the right activities, okay, this will demotivate them. And the third thing I would like to mention, really low engagement in decision-making processes. Because young people who I met, who we involve in our organization, they are very active, they want to be engaged, but unfortunately all those decision-making processes are not so structured that their voice is going to be heard. So those are main three things that I have in mind to mention now.
Can you please mention which kind of activities work best for engagement of young people, and maybe you can provide some examples of the activities that you personally do when you work with young people?
Oh, there are several. Now I can remember the ones which actually kind of bring a focus on daily life. So what young people are facing at a daily life. This that make them to be more engaging and active. For example, we were having an interesting topic about youth participation, which was something which we would like to promote in Armenia, and we would like other young people from Europe to know about youth participation. Youth participation in decision-making processes, youth participation in participatory budgeting, and those kind of things. And we found out that, okay, young people are not aware about this. In their daily life, they want to make some small changes, maybe, I don't know, to paint a bench which is next door, or to change something which is in their community, but they don't know that they are those mechanisms existing. So we found the way how to reach them. through a modeling the life of a young person. So modeling or activities that will bring some, like role plays in the way of modeling their lives can be really engaging. Like we usually use several methods which are promoted by the Council of Europe. Youth Department has this human rights education manual called Compass Manual, and we are using this manual for non-formal education for young people. I think this is a very nice guidebook, especially when it comes to the learnings about human rights, rule of law, and the democracy itself and how democracy works. Plus, we found out that young people are really interested into gamification. So if we can find a way how to reach young people through games or use games to teach them about something, we use this methodology as well. Especially now they are very, I don't know, like at the age of 16 to 20 people who are also streaming. So there are also people who not only stream, but watch how the streamers are streaming. Huh? So those things we learned through our own experience, and we use those kind of things to teach them. So these are our methods, how we try to be more engaging of those young people.
And you mentioned what the methods are, what are your methods, but can you maybe specify why do you think that these non-formal education methods, like you mentioned gamification, right, for example, why they are effective?
I think at the university level, things are becoming a bit boring, I would say, because nowadays the lecturers are not the ones who were previously. There is AI, these generative AI platforms that many young people are using to finalize their assignment and stuff. They can use those platforms to check the knowledge, even their lecturers. And the old style, old school lecturing, when there is no proper guidance, I think is outdated anymore. So because of this, as in non-formal education, we have more engaging activities. A person, it's like a human, a learner-centered activity. So the participant, a young person, is the one who is in our focus. Yeah, it's not only the topic, but the person. So we are also adjusting based on the needs of a learner, the knowledge that we would like to share with the person and a group of young people. So I think this is the main thing, that they are becoming more engaging when we are going through non-formal education methodologies than usual academic way of lecturing. Of course, I don't want to say that the academic style of lecturing is dying, no. However, if lecturers are not going to change their styles, especially the ones who are not adapting those generative AIs in their work or understanding how those things are working, their lectures will be something that young people are not going to speak about.
Actually, these are already very nice ideas also for the organization that would like to work in the field of civic life and democracy. But maybe, are there any specific advices that you would like to give, some more advices that you would like to give to organization who wants to create projects like Youth DemocraID, who would like to engage young people more in their activities?
To be honest, what I am going to share, it is not our own. We learned it. We had a very nice study visit in Sweden, and I think in Sweden young people are quite active, especially when you go to Swedish youth clubs or the youth houses, places, organizations that are working for young people. It's very well developed, and I found out that engaging young people in decision making from the beginning. So okay, there is an annual budget, and the young people are the ones who are going to design their activities. That is very important, and I think these kind of methodologies can bring to the organization some new skills. Of course, in my understanding, in my stereotypical, thinking, it's kind of very advanced level, because we are not getting that much funds from our government, for example, when working. Most of our funds are coming through international projects or from the organizations like Youth Department from Council of Europe, or through Erasmus program, which is European Commission. Yes. However, we found out that if the young people are in the center of designing also their activities, they will be more engaged in doing those things. So I would go making a suggestion on this for the organizations. Keep focus on young people, so they are the ones who are designing their project. A second thing I would like to mention, to have like a really empowerment trainings for young people, how to run their own project, how to create a project, how to design things. This can also help them, because these are skills that they are not learning at school or they are not learning at university level. So those kind of things can also encourage them, and the organizations can have or build more capacity, because they will teach young people, and those young people would like to create something for their own. And a final thing which I would suggest organizations working with young people, always have a focus on a feedback. Feedback is very important. If you are just an organization which will send a volunteer somewhere and the volunteer goes somewhere, please always try to get a feedback of a person who is your volunteer in a new environment, in a new country, to see what are the things that you would like to change for the other volunteers that you are going to send, or the ones who you are hosting. And feedbacking can be not only positive things. It's also good to speak about some negative things that is new for you as an organization, because through these negative things you are also learning, developing some other new capacity. So those are three things I would suggest.
Yeah, thank you. Actually, it's really interesting, and I would like to ask you, because now we talk about the designing and, let's say, preparation and implementation of the activities directly by young people. But can you maybe mention how about the sustainability, how we can ensure that young people are still engaged even after the project ends or the activities end?
This is the hardest moment, to be honest, because in small towns, in small countries, young people are having in mind to go to bigger places, especially the ones who are easy to learn foreign languages, the ones who are very active. They find themselves like they are a big fish in a small aquarium, so they really look to going somewhere to learn something, and keeping them in the local community. The best is to give them some responsible roles. This is how we work. So we try to work not only in the capital but also in the regions, and we are trying to find people who are in their minds looking forward to stay in their communities. And if they have some leading roles, if they are the ones who are really making decisions, doing the projects, coming back, feedbacking, and then you need to support them, those people will stay. So you will have this sustainability that the projects are going on. Of course, there is also another perspective that some young people, after some years within the projects, where you would like to have more so-called financial sustainable jobs. When they would change their perspective, what they want from the life, they might go to some big companies to work there, just to be sure that they will get a sustainable income, not something that is not guaranteed for them for the next year. So they need to be worried about this. For those people, of course, the creative touch is something that can motivate. So they are their own to design whatever project they want, what the community needs. And those are things that can keep them stay with you at the organization and make your activities be more sustainable.
And I believe now it's the right time to ask you if you could share one message with young people to keep them engaged in community, in civic life, or to encourage them to be engaged in a civic life. What it would be?
I think the easiest thing is to say, like, be the change. That's the thing. This is not something that I am inventing, of course, no. But at some point of life, each of us was at the point to be a change or the follower. So I think the best is to be change. So my message is to be change, and to be change, you can make so many things if you are the changer. If you are just follower, then someone will be the change, and you are not 100% sure is this a change you really want. So if you have something in mind to change in your community, you can be the first one who will do the thing, and then the others will follow. Yeah.
Since you have a lot of interesting inputs, I believe it would be nice to hear about the message for organizations that are listening to our podcast as well. What you would recommend to them to keep young people engaged, to make them motivated?
Yeah. Here I would say that be um, be not be afraid. I would like to say not be afraid to give young people responsible positions. Of course, if you are an organization, you would think, okay, if I would trust this person, am I going to get the result in the most perfect way as I want? But better to give those responsible positions to young people and to see, follow how a person is changing. Sometimes failure can happen. I mean, this is life, and things can also fail. We just need to be open to failures, not to judge it in a way that, okay, this is failure, we are not going to trust this person. Maybe, okay, this was not the field that the person should be, but I would really recommend organizations which are working with young people and they are having in mind to engage them, just give those young people more responsible positions. So they are the ones who are making decisions. They are not the ones who are following. They are really the ones who are driving this change, and they are the engine of the organization. And this can help for sure.
Perfect. Thank you so much. It was very nice to listen to your comments and experiences, since you are an expert in this field. Thank you so much to everyone for listening the podcast. Don't forget to follow us on Youth DemocraID website and Facebook, where we will share all news. And yeah, you can find the description of the guest and of the topic also below. For now, it's all from Youth Talk. See you in next episode.
Thank you.
Thank
Ciao.
you. Bye bye.